Hey guys, it's Dr. Eric here with Dr. Steve. We have a message for you, and it goes like this. You've been lied to, and 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 you've been lied to. So if you're watching this video right now, it means you've been lied to about a lot of things when it comes to your health. And we don't mean there's like just some myths out there. You know, there's the myth of Bigfoot. Maybe some of you think it's not a myth, but I think it's a myth.
Yeah, they saw the Sasquatch in Colorado, right?
Yes, yeah. So there's did you ever hear the myth that when you swallow gum, it stays in your stomach for your whole life?
Yeah.
Did you ever hear that? You guys ever heard that one? I believe that when I was a kid. I think my mom told me that. There's so many myths that are out there, and it's not really harming anybody, but these are actual lies. So the things that we're going to talk about in this video and the things we're going to talk about at our You've Been Lied To workshop coming up here on August 15th, these are lies, which means somebody is profiting from these lies, and it's usually either the food companies or the pharmaceutical companies. Somebody's making money off of these things. So the first one I wanted to hit, I know this is something we talked about recently, natural flavors. This is a big thing for us because we talk about reading food labels a lot, but it could say natural flavors in the ingredients, but they're not natural. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, natural is just a term that they're allowed to use. I mean, there could be a lot of things that are natural. Like I used the example earlier, you know, I guess poop is natural, but I wouldn't want it in my food.
I don't want that in my food either.
So when you look at food labels and it says natural, that could be MSG, which is monosodium glutamate, which is a very strong neurotoxin.
What does a neurotoxin mean, just for the people that are watching?
Well, actually, it excites your brain cells to the point where they just die. They get like hyper excited.
So it kills your brain cells.
Yeah, it's toxic to your brain cells.
So let me rephrase that so it's brain poison. Does everybody understand that? They're putting brain poison in your food, and they're calling it natural flavors. The other one you told me about, though, so I think people would be even more upset about. People don't really care about their brain cells as much, but they care about.
Yeah, well, you know, part of that could be actually bugs, too. They actually use bugs, like roaches and beetles, for natural food colorings, dyes, and other natural flavors. So when you're eating those natural flavors, when you think it's good for you, you could be very well eating bugs, neurotoxins, aspartame, and about a host of other ingredients you wouldn't even know about.
So go tell your friends they're eating bugs, they're eating brain poison. So what we're going to teach you at this workshop is how to read the food labels and know what natural flavors even means, and how to read those other ingredients, and how to decipher the food labels so you can make sure you're not putting bugs in your mouth or poison in your brain, right? So another one, this is a big one, big pet peeve for me. I'm always shocked when I go in somebody's house and I open up the refrigerator and there's cow's milk in there. I don't know if you have the same issue, but I'll walk in, I'm like, what the heck are you doing with 2 gallons of cow's milk in there? Because I look around real quick and I don't see any cows in the house, so I'm wondering why are you drinking cow's milk? Because cows are the only animal that's designed to drink cow's milk. I did a Facebook post and it says milk is great for calves, but it's terrible for people.
Right. Well, you know, once a calf is weaned from its mother, they don't drink milk anymore. They go back to eating grass. So.
Yeah, we're the only species on the planet that still drinks milk of any sort, and we don't drink even human milk or human breast milk. We drink other species' milk, which is crazy. And if you don't think it's crazy, then why don't you drink rat milk or cat milk or dog milk? Like, everybody thinks that's disgusting, but cow's milk, it must be the perfect food for you.
They don't have that at Sprouts yet?
Yeah, they don't. I haven't seen any cat milk yet. So milk is not good for you for a couple of reasons. One of the myths you hear is that milk is good for your bones. It's not good for your bones. It actually causes an acidic ash in your body, which leaches calcium out of your bones. So people that eat the most dairy have the most osteoporosis, so almost anybody. The other thing is people think it's good for you for protein, and it's actually a terrible type of protein, which is called casein. So there's 2 types of protein in milk. One is called casein and one is called whey. Whey protein is very good for you, which is why I do whey protein, you do whey protein, like in smoothies. But casein, which is 80% of the protein in milk, is terrible for you. It causes cancer. It's the biggest kerosene for cancer, the cancer fire of anything, and especially this thing called A1 beta casein. So there's cows like in the Middle East and in Europe, and they have a different type of casein that's actually decent for you over there, but not here in the good old USA. It's the bad casein, which causes cancer, increases estrogen dominance, causes a lot of problems. So we're going to talk to you about what you can do instead of milk and how you can get the right amount of calcium so that it actually gets absorbed into your body, and what you can do about osteoporosis. So if you're dealing with osteoporosis, or anybody you know dealing with osteoporosis and they're taking stuff like Fosamax or Boniva or any of those other drugs that are horrible for you for bone density, we're going to teach you why those don't work, and we're going to teach you what does work when it comes to being well for taking care of your bones and your calcium.
Yeah, and here's one crazy thing too I learned just recently researching this stuff on cow's milk, is that about 3/4 of the world's population is lactose intolerant.
Right.
Well, there's 3/4 of the world's population that you can't sell milk to. So crazy thing was,
but there's a reason they're lactose intolerant, right? They're not cows.
Because we can't assimilate that protein. But the cool thing was they actually went to big pharma, and a drug company made a drug called Xolair, I think, which actually helps your body tolerate the lactose so you can actually consume milk.
So even if you're lactose intolerant, the good news is even you can drink milk.
There's a pill for you that will allow you to drink milk.
Crazy.
But the crazy thing is, though, too, is that one of the side effects of the drug is actually that you die. So not much of a win-win situation.
You won't be lactose intolerant anymore, though, so that's good.
It kind of fixes the problem.
You can have all the milk you want if you're dead. And then the last one, and this is we're gonna have the one in the workshop we're gonna teach is called the lightning round. So we're gonna have like the top 5 myths. So there's a lot more, but one that I hear a lot that drives me crazy is people like, I got to go get my mammogram.
Right.
And they think, and I ask them why do they get their mammogram? They say because I don't want breast cancer. And I say, well, have you done the research? Have you looked at the research on how mammograms actually cause more harm than good? Not according to me, but according to all the different peer-reviewed journals that are out there. They're actually finding that you increase your risk of getting cancer by getting a mammogram for a couple of reasons. One is the radiation, right? There's a ton of radiation if you get the scheduled mammograms. And then number 2 is the actual trauma to your breast, which can cause these things to spread. One of my patients, one of my favorite patients ever, she said she went to her male doctor and he said, you need to go get a mammogram. And she said, well, I'll go ahead and squeeze my breast together between those plates if you do the same thing with your private parts. And he's like, no, I don't think I want to do that. And I completely agree with her. Like, why do they subject women to this thing? It's crazy. There's a lot better answers for making sure that you don't get cancer. And thermography is one. I'm going to tell you about how we use thermography and how you can detect disease much earlier on using thermography rather than the radiation from mammograms. Much better for you. And we're also going to talk about what you can do to make sure you don't get breast cancer in the first place.
Exactly.
So that's 3 things. We got at least 10 of them we're going to go through, and I guarantee it's going to blow your mind. So what do you want them to do after watching this video? What's their job?
Well, you guys need to obviously tell somebody. Well, first of all, get yourself registered for the workshop. So that's August 15th. It's Monday.
6:30 here at the office.
6:30 the office. And then tell every single person you know, because guys, I've been hearing these myths, these lies my entire life. And guys, if we've been hearing it, you've been hearing it, your friends have been hearing it, but a lot of people still don't know the truth. And if we don't tell them, I guarantee you, a drug company will. And their truth will be, take this poison for the rest of your life, and we're going to hope it doesn't kill you. So that's how important this is. And we take it that serious because that's what we're here for. I mean, to save this community. So. Yeah,
our job is turning this from a hospital town to a maximized living town. And if people just knew these 6, 7, 8 myths that we're talking about, and they made proper choices and they made the lifestyle choices that they should make based on the knowledge that they have, then we would empty out half of the people in the hospitals right now wouldn't be there. So find the people that you know that you love and care about. We can't wait to see you on August 15th. See you there.